Hello YouTube, Shadow Hero 90 here. This is a new series I'm going to be doing called Sexism in Movies and TV. You see, the reason I do this is not because there's just sexism in the shows that I watch, but a lot of fictional characters kids see as role models and want to grow up to be like them. And although I don't really have a list of actual jerks, well, every boy needs a good role model. And this is really more of a list of fictional jerks that without a good role model, well, a lot of young boys could grow up to be just like. And since we don't want any of, well, not just American youth, but the children of any country or gender to grow up to be like, well, real live versions of the jerks on that list. That's why I'm doing this series and essentially pointing out double standards, hypocrisy, and how many TV shows and movies have degenerated into piles of misandric garbage. Note, I do like certain shows. I like most of the shows on this list, and it's not so much as a criticism. Well, it kind of is, but there are parts where these shows need to be improved. Okay, The Simpsons. I really don't think I need to go in depth about how. Well, I'll just say it. I like The Simpsons. It's a really great show, but the truth is, it does have a lot of sexism in it. Just take the. Well, no. I was gonna say the episode Homer's Night Out, but since The Simpsons has been running over 25 seasons, I'm just going to be doing it season by season. And on this episode of Sexism in Movies and TV, I'll be covering episodes Homer's Night Out and Life on the Fast Lane. I'm sure you all know this scene, or this episode. This is the episode that basically sends the message, don't objectify women. The only problem with that is that every show, every sitcom, every superhero show, every action show, every soap opera has done this concept right into the ground, to the point where you kind of want to objectify women just to piss off the people who wrote these episodes, because of how many times they recycle this crap story. Okay, 6 months later, yeah, we get an epilogue because, well, I guess we get an epilogue, well, for no reason, because they needed a plot for Bart to have a spy camera so he could take a photo of Homer at a nightclub, just to get Marge pissed off and so she would throw Homer out. Yeah, Homer gets thrown out by his wife. Yeah, his wife, the woman who was about to leave him or have an affair with, well, leave him and or have an affair with this man right here. Only about, I'd say, not even 38 hours before she knew about that photo. Not only does she consider dumping Homer or cheating on him with this guy, but she literally lets this whole thing be seen by other people. Yeah, she's literally on a date with this guy who she hasn't even known for a year, and literally needs to take a car ride, basically showing her what she has to make her see that she actually did have it good, and that cheating on Homer or dumping him would probably be a mistake. Oh, not to mention the fact that she, in addition to everything else, she actually considers the affair. Yeah, Marge can do all those things, but if Homer so much as dances with another woman, he has to spend the night at Barney's. And, well, this is hypocritical. If anything, in future episodes, looking back on this, Lisa would probably call this event karma for Marge considering leaving her husband. It is very hypocritical that Marge is allowed to essentially get away with what almost became an affair, but then, when Homer dances with another woman, Bart takes a photo of it. She talks like Homer was making this woman into an object, which he wasn't. He's just dancing next to her. It's not even like they're touching. Well, they're touching in the photo, but that was for a split second. So the photo spreads all over Springfield and Homer gets famous. Yeah, Homer finally gets back from staying with Barney, and basically Marge tells him that he taught Bart a bad lesson for making it look like he was treating a woman as an object. Blah, blah, blah. This woman almost had an affair, and Homer was actually taking care of all 3 of their kids. Marge isn't really one to talk. And when Homer, when Homer introduces her to Bart to basically apologize for for a scenario where he didn't do anything wrong, and from that scene where they had the party, everyone else, including this girl herself, was enjoying themselves and having more fun than Homer was. And when Homer introduces her to Bart, she lists her sexual preference. So, in all fairness, I cannot believe that they never really followed this up or brought this character back as a full-time character. And yeah, it is kind of hypocritical for the Simpsons to put up these kind of double standards without putting up without doing an episode of The Simpsons that focused on the rich guy fetish that women have. Yes, and to be fair, Family Guy did a joke about the rich guy fetish and acknowledging that it does exist this season, or last season, in one of their recent episodes. So it is kind of hypocritical for The Simpsons to have these two episodes in this order and not do an episode whatsoever that focuses on the rich guy fetish that all women have. Because technically that's objectifying men. I mean, yeah, there are some men who objectify women for their bodies, but a lot of women also objectify men for their wallets. And there are probably more women objectifying men for their wallets than men who objectify women for their bodies.